Today I'm going to be making a tier list of all popular advices that people are getting about dropshipping in e-commerce. Okay, the first one is that you must find a winning product. Well, finding a winning product means the product with good economics and the product that's selling good. And definitely finding a product like that is going to make things easier. You can still be competing in very competitive niches. So I'm going to be giving this advice a B tier. Okay, next one on my list is to test as many products as possible. And this has worked like magic for me. Sometimes it's much easier to work with a product that's winning. We discussed that it's not actually winning, but it's giving you an edge. So if you can afford to do this, I'm definitely recommending this. I'm gonna put this one in A tier. Next one on my list is to start with a one product store. I don't know why people are focusing on one product stores, but I'm definitely not big fan of this. However, I did see a lot of one product stores that are working as well. But I do think, especially if you are a beginner, if you didn't test like 1,000 products until now, you are not gonna know which product is it gonna be. So I'm not recommending one product stores. I'm gonna put this one in D tier. Okay, next one on my list is that general stores are best stores for testing. This advice is very, very old, and maybe before, actually, definitely before, it was meta to test on general store and then to make a niche down store once you find a winner. But right now, general stores are completely dead except in some super specific small markets. I don't test on general stores at all, so this one is going into F. Okay, next one is that you need to have hundreds and hundreds of reviews on your store. Well, while that is kind of true, you do need to have reviews on every product page, you need to have reviews on every collection page, and sometimes even on homepage. You don't need to have hundreds of them, and they don't need to be different for every single product. On my stores, I mostly operate now with general reviews of the store, even if they are on the product page. So it's not so hard, it's gonna take you 1 hour. But you definitely need reviews, so I'm gonna be putting this one in B. Okay, next one on my list is that higher average order value makes meta ads easier. And if I need to choose one of the advices from all of this video and tell you to follow that one, this would be the one. All of my stores as in 2026 are having AOV over $100. And since I implemented high AOV strategy in my testing for all of my clients, we are having so much more success, while stores that are having 20, 30, $40 are generally super dying. So this one is going to S, even higher if possible. Okay, now we have good old one, creative is king. Well, it is, but also there is so much other important stuff. Like we spoke about, AOV is much more important than your creative. You can have the best creatives ever, but if you don't have good economics, it's not gonna work. But let's say that you have a good product, good niche, definitely creative is super king. And that's why I'm gonna put this one in A. Okay, next one on my list is that you need to make variations of winning creatives. That is truth. So you do need to make variations of winning creatives, and that's gonna take you to a certain scale. But even more importantly than this, you do need to make different concepts when you are scaling. I'm gonna make a completely separated video about that. So if you want to see something like this, subscribe down. But making variations, it's still very, very power move that you can be doing. I'm gonna be putting it in a B tier. Okay, next one on my list is that broad targeting is always the best. And I'm a media buyer and most of my targeting is broad, so I'm definitely supporting this. I don't like the word always, but broad targeting is the way to go in 99% of niches right now on meta ads. So this one is going to A. Next one, the famous battle between ABO and CBO. ABO for testing and CBO for scaling. I don't know how people started making these decisions and making these general rules. The discussion of ABO versus CBO is a completely unnecessary discussion. Both of these campaign types are strong for different reasons. However, these reasons are not testing and scaling. CBO is absolutely perfect for testing, and I'm actually using it right now. So this advice is definitely not a very good one. However, you can still be using ABO for testing and CBO for scaling if you want to use this kind of structure. I'm personally not using it, but if everything else is good, this is as good strategy as any other. So I'm gonna be putting it in a D tier. Next one on my list is that while scaling, you should only increase budgets by 20%. And this is like upping the budgets by 20% works in specific scenarios. It's not a wrong advice, but in all other case scenarios, it doesn't work. You shouldn't be scared to scale higher than 20%. I wouldn't go over 100%, so I wouldn't double my budgets or more, but I don't see the reason why 20% would be the magical number that you need to use for scaling. So this one is going to D. Okay, next one on my list is that you need 50 conversions a week to exit learning on Meta. And this is a very good advice. This is a real number. Meta takes 50 conversions, whatever they are, purchase, add to cart, initiate, checkout, whatever you're optimizing your campaign for, to exit the learning phase on a specific asset. But this gets much more complicated. However, if I was you, I would definitely be chasing 50 conversions a week or more, because if you are under that, you will get stuck in learning phase, especially if you have only 20 conversions a week. This is a very, very good advice. I'm putting it into A tier. Okay, we have next one, which is never to optimize for add to cart event on your meta ads, and 100% agreeing. There is no real reason why would you actually optimize for add to cart. If you want Meta to give you people that are actually gonna buy from you, then make them buy. Optimize for purchase or optimize for some better event. Never add to cart. This is an S tier. But thinking about it, I put it into S tier, but this advice is so much better than this advice. So I'm changing my mind, and actually I'm gonna be putting this one in A tier as well. I do think that only one that deserves to be in S right now, it's this one. Okay, now next one. No sale on day one, you need to kill the product. S tier, of course, I'm joking. This is a very, very stupid advice. You should never, ever, ever listen to something like this. You should always test your ads for a prolonged period of time, budget them properly, and then if you don't get sales for some prolonged period of time, you should kill the ads. But on day one, you should be happy if you just get spent. This is straight F tier. Okay, now next one on my list. Copy a winning store and get the same result. This is very famous in dropshipping. A lot of my clients are having the same logic. They think that if you copy what somebody is doing, copy their website, copy their creatives, you're gonna get the same ROAS. That's not working like that, because you never know what's happening in backend. Which supplier are they having? Which kind of deals are they having? Even which kind of audience? How their pixel warmed up? How long active they are? There is so much to think about here. And even if everything is the same and you copy exactly the guy who's doing good, that doesn't mean that you are going to be doing good. You should be copying winners. You should do your product research based on that way, but you should not expect magically that if you now try to copy Nike, that you're going to get Nike results. That doesn't work like that. There is an element of trying to copy somebody that's very similar to you, and in the beginning of their growth, you will get a good result. So this advice is a pretty weird one. I'm gonna be putting it in C tier. Okay, next one on my list is always launch at exactly midnight. I don't know why people started doing this. Meta before did operate a little bit weirdly, spending money. If you launch in the end of the day, it used to spend money until midnight, but for the last couple of years, this is not the case. I'm launching ads when I'm launching ads, never at midnight. I guess it's absolutely same whenever you launch the ads. So this one is going to C. Okay, and the last one on my list is duplicating ad sets when you want to scale. Absolutely not. Never do this. You are going to be competing versus yourself. This is F tier. Okay guys, this is it for this video. If you like this type of content, subscribe, let me know if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, and see you in the next one.